Okay, we're live again. Right back at you. For tonight's guest, we have Gemini combating more pettiness, I guess. Okay, guys, welcome to my channel. I feel like someone wants a late night show. So they could be comic and sarcastic and just real raw, witty, and unfiltered, uncensored. You kind of need a late night show for that. You can't be in the daytime with it. But although someone is trying to figure out how they can go daytime with that kind of behavior, I feel like Ellen DeGeneres was very close to that. Because she was comical and it was daytime. It's like it felt like daytime on her show. Like it's not late night, obviously. But anyway, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Eccentric RockStar'Seed, and we're gonna get to the root of why we're feeling like this, or what I'm feeling right now. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what does not. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I don't want to come off like it's in your feelings. It's not an in your feelings type of read. It's not. It's not gonna be. Not tonight. Not on tonight's late night show. So what is your intuition picking up? Let's see. I feel like somebody feels like enough time has passed to have something completed. The Empress, the Three of Wands, the Ten of Wands. Something's not moving fast enough for somebody, so that, or something went back to somebody with that Ten of Wands. The burdens, like somebody saw somebody ambition, or somebody, I want to say impatiently, even though Three of Wands are about patience. They weren't anticipating your next move. Your move seems to be a little calculated, Gemini, but that's okay because you don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing. You're gonna need more than a pebble to knock down this fucking empire. Look at that. Look how abundant he or she is. Somebody could go back on their doorstep with that silly ass nonsense. I actually feel like you're doing it though, Gemini. A talk show or something. It's not a podcast. I see late night talk show. I see you creating something for yourself. It's your sanctuary to talk your shit. All right. We have sanctuary. Let me see. Okay. Never mind. Don't get too excited. On the bottom, transition. I'm about to get out of this 9 to 5, but this not a regular. This don't feel like a regular 9 to 5. This feel like you work somewhere in Hollywood, but like a 9 to 5 of what they do in Hollywood. Maybe you work in a studio or something, and it's giving you the ambition. You have ambition. I want my own late night talk show. Maybe you see how it works. You work somewhere where you get a inside scoop. You get an inside look or a sneak peek. That's what I should call it, a sneak peek. A sneak peek of what your life is going to look like. All right, let's move all this out the way. These two, you have adventure. You might travel abroad to get this done. Maybe it's going to be it's going to be televised in a different language. I see bilingual strength. You're doing this without the typical help a person will have to build an empire like that. This could piggyback off of, this could be a mass to the last reading, a mass to the conglomerate. Like the typical support that people have as a budding empire, because you had the emperor in the last reading, now you have the empress this reading. And that yeah, I kept seeing threes. You had threes, everything that broke down to threes. Empress, Empress, that's Empress. And it came up in this read. We'll see if she come back out again. So you still create something is still cooking for you, but Empress is like receptive energy. So you're still taking in all that you need to learn before it goes into massive attack. The Emperor is like taking is action seeking. It's going to go create it. It's going to go dominate. It's dominating the airways. It's a certain massive success that's going to come with what you're doing right now. You still it's the Empress, that feminine receptive energy, but you're still reaching. Empress is still an equate to an emperor. So an empress is still the Empress side of your energy is still you're nurturing, you're mothering, you're building it, building blocks. You might have to travel to do it because you have adventure here. In your transition, this is going to be smooth. It look easy to you. Like you make it look real easy. But it's your sanctuary. It's also when you see the strength. I really like Gemini's readings more than I like everybody else's. Don't tell anybody. Hold on, Gemini. I need to read something. I can't find what I'm looking for. But I haven't even prayed. Oh, you who arrange for Yusuf alayhi salam, arrange my affairs for me, fix my conditions, and provide for me, O Lord, and protect me from the evil of your creation. O Allah, fulfill my need, relieve my distress, and relieve my anxiety, O Lord. And I feel like he answered that prayer. And vintage wisdom. So, depicted here is a vintage starlet, a betrayal of feminine strength and action as she holds the symbolic weight of the world on her shoulders. 12 suns above her head represent cosmic power and illumination. Her proud and naked form, scantily draped in a sheer veil, is surrounded by delicate dragonflies. As creatures of lakes and ponds, dragonflies symbolize the unconscious mind, the water, and yin, the feminine principle of the universe. So, great emphasis is placed on physical strength because it is tangible and uneasy to measure, whether in the form of prowess, status, or worldly power. Learning to discern the authentic nature of strength is a part of our awakening as spiritual beings. This cultivation takes time and effort, and the measure of its might is not always obvious to the outside world. In earthly terms, strength can be developed through willingness to embrace life lessons while using them as a means to gain insight and wisdom. As sparks of the divine, however, our ultimate strength lies in our ability to connect and co create in accordance with divine guidance. So you're invited to evaluate the role strength plays in your life and how it manifests in you. The quality of strength you have directly depends on whether you are aligned to the ego or the higher power. Notice your intentions and what motivates the call for strength. Perhaps you feel a need to prove yourself, or maybe you need to make a wise decision, stand firm. Sometimes life calls us to take a direct route to discover the real nature of strength. Whatever your needs, be open to strength's dynamic energy and use it wisely. In the face of adversity, remember the wonderful words of Philip Brooks. I do not pray for a lighter load, but for a stronger back. You're getting a lot. I see admiration and I see respect. I see a split crowd too, because some people might put you in a box and say you're egotistical, you're too cocky. But this gives me unity conscious. This gives higher power. You rely on your spirit. This is spiritual strength. This is your spirit animal is strength. I feel like Gemini, you don't take prisoners. And I feel like this transition looks easier than it actually is, but it's done with integrity. It's easy to build muscles, but having that spirit, having a heart, it's like you gotta make this is emphasis on your backbone and your heart to me. Without further ado, as far as the adventures go, inner and outer adventures have the power to inspire new perspectives, which may involve some pain and discomfort as we find the courage to discard outmoded ideas and behaviors that no longer serve our journey. But what I feel like for you, Gemini, is it's easy for you to do that. Like you are mutable energy, so you know how to accept endings for new beginnings. Like you want to see what's new to come. So you're drawing your inner resources and connecting with a deeper potential, and the soul can be touched and uplifted as profoundly from an armchair as it can out in the world. It should mark the start of a new phase in your life. Obviously, with the adventure, it's like the Fool's card. It embarks on a new phase in your life almost naively, but that youthful energy. But what I like about Gemini's energy is you have a soul. Like it's always soul's inspiration with you. You're very soulful people. Wherever you came from was weighing down your energy. It was like a wet mop. You were soaking up way too much of the environmental attitude, whether it's the community, whether it's a partner, whether it's friends, family, work. It was an environmental attitude, and it was just doing a number on your nervous system. You got to reset your internal compass. You shake the dust from your wings and head for new horizons. Like you're happy to do that shit. Like people don't. You got somebody big mad. Like how did the last X amount of time mean anything to you? Not at this point. I learned what I'm supposed to learn. I hope you did the same. And if you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. That's Gemini's take or Gemini placements. When you talk about transition, is change between two chapters of life, right? So inevitable endings and new beginnings. So it's a heavy emphasis on your true nature. An integration of a more expanded cycle. It involves letting go of the past and make way for new growth and transformation. Whether challenging or welcoming, it's inescapable. You have to trust the greater plan. And I think that you are. Maybe you didn't at first, but now that you are. Move forward in a spirit of love and hope, which is natural. Natural. I don't know why I thought I saw the card about nature, but it's very natural for you to be that way and be honest about old ways of life that no longer serve your highest potential and concentrate on what you need to be balanced, vitalized, and connected to your spiritual center. You know what? I feel like for those Geminis who have mature children who are like of grown or of older age, at least adolescents or older, they don't have to be, but that was in the premonition. You learn a lot from your kids. You have a daughter that's just like you or reminds you so much of you. And I'm not talking about taking a vacation somewhere. I'm talking about really doing like soul stuff, like soul's inspiration. Somebody is your soul's inspiration, and they got either their mother, it could be the mother of the daughter, or whoever your partner is, whoever's in love with you, Gemini, that you're leaving behind. They are furious. They are livid because this daughter serves as a spirit guide to you. This daughter reminds you of your mother. This daughter is very lively. Like there's so much about this person that is just it's natural. You take to this daughter, you may not have always perceived it that way or you don't mind it, but you never perceived it that way. It's like the more you understand this person, you watch this person grow up. So it's like a daughter. If it's not your actual daughter, someone like a daughter. It could be like a niece or something, or somebody young enough that's under you. You're old enough to be this person's parent if it's not your actual child, which I think it is a child. But you have so much respect and admiration for this person. It's like You're so fascinated because you learn something new about this person every day. Like you continue to surprise me. It's like everything about you is so dope. It reminds me of myself. Like you teach me how to do more soul stuff. Like you're a great teacher. Everybody had teachers growing up. Like you've been through grade school and all that kind of stuff. Some of us been to college and stuff like that, but none of it match what you learn from this female figure, this female. That female, that's sanctuary. Like you find this person so alluring and beautiful. Like if you were, this is obviously a Gemini man. So, and it could be a Gemini woman too. You can still be a Gemini woman and have a daughter, and you're so captivated by this person and how grounded this person is, how spiritual this person. This person is so aware environmentally from a spiritual standpoint as well as a tangible one. Like it's more than common sense with this person. Like this person embodies strength. This person is strong. This person takes life with grace, takes all types of challenges with ease and grace. You could be sitting back reflecting and realizing where life took you. If you're somebody who has a family, who has children, you see all of the challenges, the good, the bad, the ugly, and you see it's like this sticks out to you about this person, or this particular child sticks out to you, even if they're not a child. I think they're your child though, and you have a lot of respect for this person. Like you look up to this person even though this person is younger than you. I'm not talking about like taking trips and things like that. That's fine. But this person, it's like to know this person is a journey and an experience within itself. I'm not, and this person does not, is this person is anything but stagnant. This person has obviously a strong intuition because this person relies a lot on intuition as well as common sense. And you should have a good balance of both. That's what intuition is for. Everybody has one. The way this person navigates life. So this person is obviously a young and old enough, but a young adult, like somebody who can move on their own. Even if they weren't, you watch this person grow up. It's like I appreciate the environment I created for you. No matter what was going on around us, the environment I created for you, you took to it. It was the best thing I could have done for you. You know, it's like I've always been inspired by you. You're always like my muse, like a piece of art. Like I admire it so much. Like I'm proud of what I did with you. Me and your parent may have crapped out, or me and my partner may have crapped out, but I will always have you, kind of thing. And this is Gemini. For those who have a child that I'm talking about, you were so in love with the other parent. Like this is one of those situations where the best work comes from you and this person when y'all were in love. Oh man. It's like when y'all see the transition card, it's about, it marks the boundary between two distinct worlds. Standing off to one side, an etheric crowned figure has lowered her bow as she gazes into the distance. Like her wings, through gossamer and appearance, are strong enough to carry her effortlessly into the sky beyond. Like she sees no danger and is peaceful in the knowledge that everything in life has a natural cycle with many beginnings and endings. And then you have clusters of roses and forget-me-nots, symbols of enduring love, hopes, and remembrance surround the scene, surrounds this person, surrounds this daughter. The presence of this card really indicates change and transition between the two chapters of life I was talking about. Your child or this daughter, you helped me through some real trying times. Like I pulled myself out of a real dark space out of sincere inspiration to you. I really like your spirit. I really like you as a person. I admire you as a person. Gemini, I see Capricorn placements. Either you have them or your child has them, or both. Both of y'all can have them. But you have a lot of admiration and respect. Like some of your kids is surface level, and that's fine because they represent something different. That's one thing you can appreciate, and you have like a real art's eye about life. The beauty of life is that you got to learn how to keep an open mind. Everybody brings something different to the table, but this unique person just likes to grow. Where you might have felt stagnant for a long time, Gemini or Gemini placements, and you didn't want to grow, or you didn't see, you didn't have, you feel like you lost your inspiration or your that spark. Like life just became real gray. Now you want to talk about sanctuary? Like you see, this person gives you vintage vibes because of how peaceful they are. In fact, reflection. It's like the card has like those subtle shades of green. It represents the harmony found in like forests or fields and like natural spaces like that. And then she has like a little peacock that like right there, like there's a peacock right there. I love peacocks. They're some of my favorite birds. Like those type of birds, they're auspicious. They're birds of protection and watchfulness. Like they're said to be symbols of the heaven and the eyes of the stars. I don't want to get too theatrical. But for some, the first experience of communication or celebration and sanctuary begins in the safety and security of the family home. But as we grow, our perception of sanctuary evolves according to how we relate to the world and its ever quickening pace. So it goes back to what I said about that Capricorn. It gives me that Capricorn vibe because that's one thing that they're strong about is their family orientation, their stability. In contrast, to seek escape, we're seeking escape. Like to the renewing of sanctuary helps us find sustenance and rejuvenate from within. Your personal idea of sanctuary may manifest in the form of a special place, your spiritual beliefs, or the inner refuge of prayer and meditation. This is why this is your favorite person, because this person is strong. Okay? Like for some people, it is like spiritual beliefs and things like that. Like you found something that's natural to you, and it was a beautiful transition. Like you saw somebody transition through life with grace. And y'all all could have had the same experience, but the way this person handled it is a characteristic trait that they have is a lot like your mother. It reminds me of is either they remind you of their mother, the one you was in love with, the co-parent that you were in love with, or they remind you of your mother. It could be a combination of both. Reminds me why I fell in love with your mother because you and my mother have that beauty, that grace, and that rosy outlook about life. Like I always know I'm going to be okay watching you, learning from you. You always make sure you like your aura, your the example that this person set for you or set for in general for themselves. The way they take care of themselves lets you know. I never had to worry about you. Like I like how I like you. I just like you. You're a cool ass person. You're good for like you're cool with me. Whatever your preference and the appearance of this card speaks of like relevance in your life at this moment. Whatever is relevant for you in this moment. It speaks to what is relevant. Like cultivate a little distance from an issue by nourishing your spiritual resources in the safety of your private oasis. And it's like once you like kind of it gives you a different perspective or a renewed sense of perspective. I did see fresh perspective because I also see a glass of ice water with fresh basil and lemons, like refreshing. I see it like that. Like that's how it feels. And I see a straw. Like how the glass starts to sweat as you drink the fluid. It's the straw starts to sweat. It has that frost around it or that sweat around it, and the cup is cold because it's full of ice. And like it's something like that. Fresh perspective. It'll help you arrive at a more attuned at more attuned choices that you just make better choices. You made such good choices for yourself. Like you're somebody who plans for the future but not unrealistically. Like it has to make sense by way of transitioning from the now into the future. Like, it's not it's not silly. You're not silly at all. This person is like real grounded. This person is real. Like, people like you actually exist. You got intuition, you got patience, you got gentleness, and you have reflection, and you have discernment. That's why these people might be a little jelly of you because they can't dick ride your wave. You know a fake bitch when you see one. These are geishas. These are flying monkeys with fabulous covers. So you know when somebody's trying to like befriend you to be with you into giving up information or what they think you're doing. Like, what is your beauty secret? How are you aging backwards? That's what I saw. And I thought I saw the nature card. That's the nature card. And balance. Like, you work at it every day. Something you have to work at every day. Okay, let's keep going, Gemini. Sometimes, see, I put two decks together, and sometimes it's hard to shuffle them. You have divine plan. You have Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. And then you have karmic relationships with polarity, soul growth, and conflict. This is a card about growing closer through conflict as opposed to growing distant because you're two different, you're speaking from two different avenues. So you kill segregation in the conversation. You kill segregation in the family dynamic. You kill segregation in hindsight. Because that is a segregation. To feel like two people are incompatible or two thought processes are incompatible, that is a segregation. It's like you think about back in the day where the cultural differences, it was a segregation. And how music, back in the era where it was like the Temptations and the Supremes and everybody, their music stopped that segregation. It's like people were partying to their music in the same building with a rope in between them. It's like, what the fuck is that? Right? Over time, before you knew it, that rope was gone and they were amongst each other. So you bring unity. You represent unity. Well, you have unity conscience. You have unity within yourself. I don't think people have it in their spirit to be like that, so they kind of dismiss it a lot. You get that a lot. That ain't your problem, but you get that a lot. Trust where you're led. That's what I feel like. People don't really trust where they're being led when it comes to you. They don't know how to go within. That's what you do. It's like, I can read you from the inside out, not the outside out. You want me to see certain things, I see everything. Especially with that heightened intuition card. All right, look, let's just shuffle like this. All paths lead to home. See, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Then you have surrender to the sweetness of life, that Venus energy. So you're still in that Empress receptive energy. You're still seeking pleasure, joy. You're making love to life. That's why you haven't moved to that Emperor energy yet, like yesterday. You're not there yet. Then you have we are nature, becoming grounded, embodiment, living connection, and the messenger. We are nature. So again, with the nature, bring in harmony and balance. Again, with balance. You can have Libra in your chart. You don't have to. Or you could have descended from one. Somebody who has Libra in your chart. Water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. I hate to say it, but when someone doesn't go within, you know how your insulin drops or you're dehydrated, you sound a little erratic. You meet a lot of people that are like that. It's not to diss them, but there's just they don't know how, they don't water themselves. They don't take the best care of themselves. It's not easy being you, but being you teach people how to be a be their higher self or their strongest self. It's a tough position because you have messenger here. Like it's tough to be a teacher, to be a leader of something that just about everybody may dismiss except a few. You have very few people that are like you. And then it's like experience, and this gives me experiences of ups and downs. You have experienced peaked audience where you had a sellout crowd. Then you have like smaller crowds where you may not have had a hit in a while if you're a musician or somebody who is in front of a public audience. The ratings could drop or you just don't get the views or something like that. You're graceful. Like sometimes people get upset about that. Like I don't want to perform in front of an empty stage or a half a crowd. Well, a half a crowd still deserves a great show. That's your attitude. I got that from the Temptations. That's what Otis told Melvin. Melvin was like, "Man, we only sold half a house. They was used to that big wow factor. They was used to selling out arenas and stuff. And at this point in time, they didn't really have a hit in a couple years or something like that. So they realized like they went through a little bit of a challenge with that. Some people struggle with that. Where Otis is his character. His he was solid. Like he took care of everybody, including himself, and he lost his wife, he lost his son, he lost Melvin, he lost everybody through the process and continued to keep going. Like he continued to like keep it together. Like what he noted, and Otis is a Capricorn. I know that just like I know everybody. I just know stuff like little artifacts because I like the Temptations a lot. Otis was a Capricorn. So I again with that Capricorn energy is like something about your grace. You could be a Gemini who has a child with Capricorn in their chart, or your child, Capricorn placements. You admire this person a lot. Sometimes you struggle with endings to new beginnings. Sometimes it freaks you out. Like I don't know what's to come next. I don't care about what's coming next. I done been through a lot. I don't care. Sometimes you might have given up a little bit. I feel like you gave up a little bit, and as you look to this person, you look in the direction of this person. This person is not phased by what has been happening. They've been right there with you the whole time. Something like that. Or you see them like navigating through life, and you still feel spiritually connected to this person. Or this is happening during Gemini season to a Capricorn. You realize you're still spiritually connected to your ancestors. Something with your ancestors or parental figures. You could be famous. Like Otis wasn't working on 9 to 5 job. He wanted to be a singer, and that was that. That's it. And you see him now. You don't give up on yourself, or you're teaching. This Capricorn is teaching you not to give up on yourself. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the kindergarten teacher. It says kindergarten teacher on there, but you're gentle. This gives me gentleness as you go through. Like that's embarking on a new journey. That's the next phase, the next chapter. After there's a completion of something, an ending of something of some sort. I feel like life right now, as you know it, is a lot more gentle, a lot more peaceful, and this is Page of Pentacles. This is that Capricorn energy I'm talking about. Like you see, she gets so much joy out of those children. So she has paint stains all over her clothes. Like she don't even care. Like I paid, this shirt cost $4,000. It has paint on it, but it's not that. It's not about that. You can have a lot of like tangible success, but this Capricorn is just it's the little things. Watching my children grow up, it's the little things. You appreciate little things. Like watching, like everything has beauty to it, like flowers or peacocks, like flowers, peacocks. Like you could be connecting with animals, and like I just, you have a different bond with children, or you still just see things from a different perspective. Like this person reminds you of their mother, of your mother or their mother. And what's on the bottom is the Four of Cups in reverse. What people, there's no luxury in being like apathy, like doing jack shit. You rather be outside doing something. That's what you're learning from this Capricorn. This Capricorn is like, I could never just sit in the house bored watching TV. I'd rather be up doing something. I feel like they might be that you're watching this Cap as you watch this Capricorn evolve, or this is you, Gemini. You're starting to find your purpose in life. You're starting to figure out what your purpose is in life, and it isn't fake friends, party socializing. It's not that shallow shit. I think something's over it. Like this is emotional. This is coming out of I cut off all my friends. I'm chan- I'm saying it how I see it. I cut off all my friends. Not that they did anything wrong. I've just outgrown the space. Something about external validation. If you live by the applause, you die by the booze. You see that? Look at that in the upright. It's like they used to call me all the time when everything was champagne popping bubbly. But when it stopped being like that, and that's a tower moment. I don't know if the tower is going to come out. You know, it kind of fuck with you for a minute, and that's in reverse because you got torn a new ass in such a graceful, respectful way. This Capricorn taught you something. What the fuck you need with all of that? Even if they don't cuss, if it's your child, they're not gonna cuss at you. It's like, what do you need with it? What did you ever need with all of that stuff? Anyway, like you don't have to do it how I do it. But this is somebody who speaks in gentle tones. Like you don't have to do it the way I do it, but it's the little things. You gotta find something that gives you pleasure instead of ignoring the call. You have to answer the call. Something about the call in nature. This wise old sage. You got an old soul, but a young spirit at the same time. It's one of them type of people. Now you got the hermit. It's about going within. More earth energy or Virgo energy. And that page of wands is in reverse. Somebody, this is like sex, drugs, rock and roll kind of vibe. And somebody finally hit their rock bottom and start going within. And although it's sentimental, it's not cry worthy in a way where you feel pity for them. It's cry worthy because I could just stand up and applaud for you to see you overcome that kind of shit and realize why you even felt like you needed that in the first place. This is going within. Maybe a Virgo is significant. Or does Virgo help this Capricorn calm down? Somebody's very receptive right now. Surrender to the sweetness of life. Somebody is in such a peaceful space right now. They stop all that running and hustling and bustling. We are nature, becoming grounded. Somebody found their person. On one hand, they're starting to trust their intuition. All paths lead to home. Go within. Or this Gemini, where you don't have these placements, you're an old soul yourself, and you birthed another old soul. Like you see a lot of yourself in your child as well. Like it's a good blend. Like I was so in love with this person's mother, or this person reminds me of my mother, which I love dearly. Who could be a Virgo? But this Virgo, I think that's masculine energy, and it's Capricorn. So this Capricorn placement could have calmed this Virgo down too. This Virgo could have been promiscuous, or things could have started off promiscuous and just something clicked. Like, yeah, this has to stop. I was partying, and now it's like I fell off. I fell off, partying too much. Because the Hermit is technically the Emperor in reverse. So to bring this all full circle, the reason all this Empress energy is here is to help this Emperor heal. Okay. It helps this Emperor heal. It helps this Emperor stop falling for the okie doke. These hoes, this abundance, like what they're doing with their abundance is wasting it. When what I really mean with the abundance is health and wealth. You dig what I'm saying? Their health is their wealth. And they were fucking it up, drinking and fucking all these crazy ass people. This person is like, they might have thought they were, I feel like this Emperor was irate with this gentle spirit at first. Because they were just that. Everything this person needed to calm down. But they were stubborn. And I hear this. I'm not in the house sad. I find joy out of the little things. So they may have like fucked over this Capricorn in some way or another, and they want to apologize. They went in hermit mode. That was what the doctor ordered, because that's God talking to him about this gentle creature, whether it's a parent to a child or somebody who turned their back on who was supposed to be their counterpart, this messenger. I feel like this messenger is this kindergarten teacher. All you saw on the surface was somebody who wasn't on your level. Because it was a kindergarten teacher to an emperor, to somebody who is in charge of everything and everybody. You're going to naturally think, oh, they're not in the right tax bracket to be with me. They're not. It's very ridiculous like that, but people get caught up in like the shallow, superficial, silly goddamn nonsense. So when this person come back to speak to you, it's like your Venus energy, that feminine receptive energy. The more you do that, the more you're in that pleasure, joyful life, that part of that phase of life. It's like you're drawing somebody back to you, and you without you even paying them any attention. Like you could have thought that person left. Like you could have been separated from like miles apart, separated by water at a distance. This person's way over there, you over here. You don't know that water energy, that yin energy is drawing this person right back to you. It's drawing them to you. It's healing. You dig what I'm saying? They could have operated out of that they could have fire placements in their chart, and they're operating out of that fire, that impulsivity, the impatience. You saw the Ten of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Empress. You put the fire out of this motherfucker. Quite a bit. With the yin energy. With not sitting in the homes, it's not sitting in the house sad or depressed. You are out there like enjoying life. Nobody sees you doing it. It's just your energy. It's your energy. Water your garden. Your energy is watering this person's garden and put the fire right out. Like this person could have been very promiscuous. Okay? And now they're in the reverse. That Page of Wands is in the reverse, like the seducer. He could have tried to seduce you, and you like gracefully declined, and they could have caused you all kinds of like boring, rude, all kinds of rude, derogatory things. Like it was the drugs. We're not gonna blame it on the drugs. It was the hurt, because you're not drinking like this or overindulging in this for no reason with fake ass people who fake got it to be over there with you. You want to talk about somebody not in your tax bracket, you over there buying everybody's shit like, oh, I got it. There's no, you so blinded by your ego, you don't even dig that people taking advantage of you. They ain't got it like that. They don't have it like you. That's why you the one that's always paying for their drinks, paying for the crack. I'm just, oh, crack, that's significant. I did not mean to say that. The cocaine, anything. It could be the green, you know what I'm saying, the marijuana. It could be the pills, like whatever the vice is. You was the one always paying for it. You wanted to pay for it. You did not really want to pay for it. but you were so like in charge of everybody and everything. And it just made you, it gave you a false sense of empowerment or control over people. It's like, you only hang around me for what I could do. I don't even care. I'm just trying to have a good time. What she really was doing was blocking out a lot of unnecessary things. That's what flipped over. Align your life. What is not aligned and what needs to change? This dope fiend shit. That's what needs to change. Sweet treat. Sweet treats. Somebody could take like edible arrangements. It could have started with edible arrangements. Or somebody's just very domestic in the home. And this person ran away from that because they were distorted. This is night and day right here. They didn't see you clearly. They saw you from a fucked up point of view, a very fucked up way of perceiving a sweet treat. Somebody thinks you're a sweetheart. But they also, when they were distorted, they saw that as weakness. Like, I could just take advantage of that. But they didn't. They got real mad that they couldn't take advantage of that, of you. I feel like it backfired coming at you like that. I feel like it did. I feel like it opened their nose up though. The ever unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. This is where I talk about them being irate. They got mad because they can't help how they feel. They can't help what you do. It's nature. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. I heard come out of the closet. Persecution expression. For real. Nourish your temple. Like, even if this person is same-sexed, they still love you. They connect with you because you're a great mother. You nurture. Okay? You help them release. You help them unbound. You help them undo a lot of bullshit. You see that? You put the fire out. Burning bull ritual was like releasing grudges. You got this person open. The ever unfolded rose does not hold grudges. The ever unfolding rose takes the lesson. It ain't easy. They don't like it. They fight all the way through it, but they get through it. I don't think you're talking to this person. Release soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I feel like that Ten of Wands is just that. You're teaching them how to do that. But you're not there to see it, but you're still teaching them how to do that by being absent. By not being a doormat for them to step on. You cleared that out of your energy. So let's talk about what's aligned with your life. Well, do something different. What needs to go? What needs to change? Obviously, the party animal shit needs to go. Sometimes I say things, I'm wrong, I'm very honest, but I'm very pleasant to speak to at the same time. It's a concoction of things in there. Sometimes I do say cuss words, but we are adults. I don't expect children to watch this. The adventurer, responsibility, expectations. Like, you see that eruption in the background? Like, somebody expects you to always take the slack. It could have started from a fucked up space growing up, or now that you are like now that you top dog, man or woman, now that you're top dog, people think you're supposed to be responsible for all their fucking problems, and that blew out of proportion. You needed a way to cope, or you could have had a lot of responsibility as a young person, which deception and trickery that has to go. You're tired of being manipulated. And then I said something about bewitched. What the fuck? I was about to shuffle, and that's on the bottom. Experimenting in rebellion. Now this has two ways that I look at this card. Some intuitions it's about being innovative. In other intuitions it's about manipulation or manipulating, putting two things together that don't mix to make something new. It can mean that in a more positive sense. But what's not aligned in your life is that you got to clear all that shit. It's time to clear all that shit out your energy. It's time to clear out people what they put in their food. It may look like a sweet treat, but it's trickery. Because that's right. Clear your energy is right on top of that. You got the witch, adventurer, the enchanter. So experimenting, being rebellious, deception, trickery. People did a lot of shit to you or to your person that you are helping them undo. Somebody has a 50th birthday coming up. The 10 on the clear your energy, that's a completion. 7, that's chariot. Or also July, that's Cancer. And then you got the adventurer, responsibility, expectation, deception, trickery. Somebody really did a number on you to make you annihilate this page of pentacles, this kindergarten teacher, all this. Even if it's a parent to a child, like why you let them weak spirits overtake you to the point where you were so in your ego you did not see them creating a segregation between you and your higher self, you and your spirit guide. Somebody has an earth angel for a child because that child, the reason you bond with that child no matter what happens around y'all, the bond is unbroken. No matter what I did, this person saw you through a lot. This hermit is the emperor in reverse. So it's a father figure, a husband, a counterpart, an entrepreneur, a boss. It resonates differently in so many different scenarios that I'm seeing. In some cases, this is somebody who's a leader of the community. In some instances, this is a father, husband, and leader of the community. In some cases, it's a parental figure. This father could feel so fucking guilty on himself that I feel like I went through all this shit so you don't have to. This person, like the hermit, is not dumb. They could have been emotionally out of whack at some time, but look at all the shit that's going on. People put shit in your food and they fucking with your energy. It's time to forgive. Like you're in a space where you trying to release soul patterns. You're trying to undo everything that was done to you. 15, connection to your womb. So the 15 could be that more Capricorn energy because that would be the devil card. Okay. Where somebody could have put some fucked up shit. Somebody could have like blocked your sacral chakra or disconnected you. You feel like you're starting to see things now from a different perspective where this is a mother figure, empress energy, creative energy. Somebody could have blocked you from your receptive energy or creative, or stopped you from receiving this kindergarten teacher very well. Like you're definitely segregated from this person, or this person kept on going. There's nothing they can do with somebody who's not willing to see the truth because they were blinded by their own ego. So it caused a tower. This person is in heavy reflection. So this person, it could have been a death or transformation to the point where it's like death to my ego. Death to my ego and hello to me reconnecting with my spirit guides, my mother. Like I've never, it's like my ego made me think all this stuff got taken away from me, but it was an experiment. It's nobody but negative connotations and derogatory places and spaces and people that push you away from your higher self. Because men and women both have that receptive energy, or can be in that receptive energy. They want to share his testimony. Somebody wants to come out of the cave and really just talk. Tell their truth. They want to forgive. It's like the 12-step program for Narcotics Anonymous or Alcohol Anonymous all over again. It's like the same format, but just for your spirit. It's like I didn't learn something the first go round. Now I got to do it again. Or this is somebody's first go round. Reflection. It's a lot about reflection. It's transition. You pulled me out of a lot of shit. You was right. You saw me through a lot of shit. You pulled me out of a lot of shit. I put you through a lot of shit. And you still managed to be my sanctuary. You are my sanctuary. You are my angel, like my earth angel. You are my spirit guide. Yeah, the devil had a hold on somebody. It's like, this could be my mother figure all over again, a reincarnation. And I was segregated from it because that would have kept me on the up and up naturally. People just want their way all the time. I feel like that people just need a life. What does Gemini? Close, close it out for Gemini. Place it. Okay. These cards are older. So I don't want to be separated from you no more. Somebody just really hit their rock bottom. They couldn't keep up with this shit if they wanted to. A parental figure doesn't want to be kept away from their loved ones no more. A counterpart doesn't want to deny their counterpart no more. It took for something real fucked up to happen. For this person, it was their karma. They didn't know it was going to be their karma, and it just blew up in their face. It made them wake up. It's like after I fucked this bitch, I realized it just woke my ass up. Like, because now I'm in a more fucked up, shitty space than I was before. It took for me to mess with this fucking seducer, this predatory energy, this nasty ass energy. It took for me to do that shit. To pull me out of that stubbornness. That me sitting in my feelings shit. Me sitting at me longing in the hurt, just longing to just be hurt. I just got addicted to the pain. It wasn't the pain was had me out, had me lost and turned out. Just the pain itself. That was the new narcotic. That was the new alcohol. It was the pain itself. That's what somebody's going to share their testimony. They're going to say that. They're going to go real deep. They don't really go that deep. People are not going to recognize this person for how deep they're going to go. Like, damn. What kind of outer body experience you had when I fucked that bitch or fucked that man? It changed something. Something shifted. I got in trouble real bad behind that shit. And now I see things. I get to reflect and see things with a fresh set of eyes now because that ain't no way for nobody to live. Being fucked up, being in that kind of trouble. Absolutely not. So they could be stuck somewhere, or they just it's forcing them to go within. So they trying to make sense of how they got there. Like how I make a decision, a poor decision like that for myself. This keeps wanting to come out. Today is the best day to start pursuing your dreams. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, or when you retire today. Focus your thoughts and your intentions towards your dreams today, and you're already on your way. Again, with the don't force things to happen when you want them to happen. Let things unfold when you and the world are ready for them. Now they're learning patience because they're sitting with themselves. This is the flip side of what I said yesterday. The more you sit in that receptive energy, the more everything aligns for you. Everything you deserve, everything that's right for you. The devil can't take nothing from you. They can just slow it down a great deal. All they can do is slow it down. But what's meant for you is meant for you. It ain't that much witchcraft or manipulation, deception or trickery, experimenting, because you got the adventurer, responsibility, expectations. Let me see something. Somehow, with the adventurer card here, somehow you've ended up in a position in which the weight of expectation is heavier than you wanted. Unwanted responsibility is a heavy burden. And there are plenty of people waiting for you to fail, but there are just as many people waiting to catch and help you. That part. Don't try to face it alone, ask for help. Break the task down to smaller parts and take it day by day or even hour by hour if you need to. There is no greater achievement than providing your naysayers wrong. All the naysayers is all of the nasty ass energy that's being thrown your way. You know what I mean? And then you got the enchanter. The fuck is this enchanter? You may be in a situation where you've been forced to deceive another. That says a lot right there. And whether it was intentional or not, you run the risk of being caught out in your lie. You could back away, hoping that it will be forgotten about or resolve itself in time, but you run the danger of it spiraling out of control. Or you can own up and take responsibility for your own actions. The decision is yours. This is why this emperor is in hermit mode, because they let something spiral too far out of control. Like they tried to soft pass it or curb the experience. It's like disrespectful as fuck. Okay, for trying to, whether you meant to be disrespectful or not. Mm-mm. You know you did something that was foul. You know the person know you did something that's foul, and you try to soft pass it and ghost or like run away or something like that, and you have to deal with it. And when you see that witch, it's like the world is full of old wisdom, but some advice is too outdated for the modern lives we live in now. That's what was, you were tricked out of it because you see this sanctuary as an old soul. It's like I told, like as I said earlier in the show. You see how I broke this person's character down for the first like 30, 40 minutes of the reading, regardless of how it resonates, whether it's family by blood or romance, doesn't matter. But this emperor was so irate with this person for being exactly what they needed, a wise old sage. You dig? So for them, and it's like, but the advice that this kindergarten teacher had to offer is too outdated for the modern lives we live in now. This person was moving way too fast. This person was trying to be a flunky. A follower is a flunky to me. You dig what I'm saying? Like the modern day times. Look at modern day times and how everybody wants to keep up with the Joneses. Nobody, very rarely, you see people who are authentic. Like it's dick sucking and it's sickening. You know, tradition is a set of guides, not a strict rule book. So they treated you like you were some kind of punishment, like some kind of I don't know, some boring ass. They said so many rude and derogatory things, or you did, Gemini. If you find that you're being held back by how you should approach a situation, break from tradition and forge your own route. Surround yourself with others who think outside the box and embrace a new tradition. Look what this new tradition did for you. Trying to force things to happen when you should have been more patient. You see that? I don't want to say that's what you get, but that's kind of what you get. You dig? You let somebody trick you out of your spot. Now all you could do is just hope that is there as you seek more inner wisdom. All you can do is hope that it comes back around for you. Maybe in another life, somebody feel like they got it. It's a bitter pill. Somebody has a very bitter pill to swallow. So that's what needs to change in your life is that inability to see things clearly. You're seeing things with a fresh set of eyes now. Knights of Pentacles, clarified by the Five of Wands. What did I say? He can slow it down, but he can't take it from you. You were in your own way. That's how he got in. Or somebody was in their own way, and that's how he got in. Life is still beautiful. Clearly, as I already articulated in the first 30 minutes, this person has peace and happiness. So life is still beautiful for them. This person is going through the ringer. The Ten of Wands is punishment. It's like you got exactly what you asked for, and now you're burdened with all the responsibility. Hence, you see the adventurer, responsibility and expectations. Now you salty. Somebody, you could have kids that were supposed to be born with a certain person and you turned your back on them. Like somebody tried to block your creative energy. They try to block y'all from connecting with these promiscuities. They use, I feel like they used your ego. They weaponized your ego against you. They knew you was weak on it. They knew you were weak, but they could tell you weren't in on it. You're just being a flunky. You ain't gonna call, obviously you're not gonna call yourself a flunky, but that was some flunky ass shit you did. Like, who is anybody to tell you? And I don't know. I just feel like you just salty. You played yourself. Somebody really played themselves hard. Only to find out your guidance was supposed to transition them out of something. Now they're in a damn a karmic cycle again that's more challenging than it was the fucking first time. It's harder this time. See, now you got to deal with rejection, heartbreak, sorrow. The Knight of Wands, more Gen energy, as I like to call it. My Knight of Wands is like that fastest moving knight in the deck, and it's fire. It's about wands. That's Gen. This reading is riddled with the trickery of the devil. I do feel like this Emperor thinks that he messed it up so bad he can't come back. I do feel like that. Or he thinks that. Tell me more about what's not aligned. What's not aligned? The strength and the wheel of fortune. They're not aligned. The table's turned on them and it's more aligned with you. So if they felt like they was up and you wasn't, they fucked you over. Like, you ain't coming with me like it was their abundance. No, that was for y'all together to build something. He try to keep that shit. He try to play you out your shit. What's not aligned is your strength. How the strength is coming up again. How it is like, it looked like you got the, like how you have the weight of everything on you and they thought it would be a burden for you and you have all this grace. What did it say? I like what it said about the strength. Like how it's easy to embody physical strength, but at the same time you're evaluating the role strength plays in your life and how it manifests in you. Like the quality of strength you have directly depends on whether you are aligned with the ego or the higher power. So obviously this person, if the Hermit card is here, that Emperor was in their ego and the Empress is in their higher power. Notice your intentions and what motivates the call for strength. You felt like the tangible shit, the expectations, the shit that you had, which called for everybody expecting for you to front the bill. You dig? You didn't expect it to be everybody's problems on your plate. Now you got exactly what you asked for, and you salty because you don't have no love. You don't have no real friends. The Three of Cups is in reverse. The Page of Wands is in reverse. It's like You probably got diseases or STIs all over the fucking place. Like, you got too much going on over here. You know, with people expecting you to just deal with that shit. Like the way you shitted on your empress, that table turned. Everybody shitting on you like that. Like, oh, you got burnt? Deal with it. Go to the fucking doctor. Like, what am I supposed to do? Say some encouraging words that everything's going to be okay? Don't say you got the shit from me. You probably got hung up on when you tried to address the situation. Salty. Sometimes life calls us to take a different route to discover the real nature of strength. This is this motherfucker going within now. Like, hold up. This is not what I wanted. Sound like Michael in the third Stalin Godfather. Like, he was mad because he took Joey Zaza down. Like, why did you take this man down? You know, Michael was sick, so Connie okayed him to do that. And Michael got mad as fuck. Like, this is not what I wanted. He was so stressed out trying to recover from a diabetic stroke. Health is wealth. You dig? All this could be fucking with somebody's diabetes or further worsen their diabetes. So you could have been a type 2 diabetic where you were overweight. Is getting bad now. You got to really like go within. Like, you're out of control. Your weight's out of control. Your levels are out of control. Your creative chakra, your sacral chakra's blocked. It got too many fucking gens on it with the Page of Wands in reverse. The Three of Cups is in reverse. It's like gossip. Okay, everybody you network talk shit about you. The Three of Swords is here. The Five of Wands is here. The Knight of Wands is here. The good time, not a long time. You sure that's what the fuck you want? Are you sure that was worth taking an alternate route? But that's what you needed. It wasn't what you wanted, but that's what you needed to learn your lesson. Yeah, physical strength. It was a lot of emphasis on what this person can do because it's tangible and it's easy to measure, obviously. Whether it's status, worldly power, or proudness. I feel like all of them were practiced, and now you ended up in the Ten of Wands, going on that Three of Wands was there, that adventure, embarking on a new adventure, impatiently, like you impulsively jumped the fuck out there head first and hit your head on some concrete. But the silver lining in this experience with this emperor, which is why that Four of Wands was in reverse yesterday, is because the unconscious mind, the water, the yin, and the female principle is your receptive energy. Somebody took you away from your receptive energy. We're not able to receive love because of this Three of Swords. But she's doing well though. She's doing well, by the way. It's like you could be in a hospital somewhere or just somewhere isolated. It could be in jail. It could be anywhere, spiritual jail. You're just not around right now. You want to talk. You want to communicate. You want to come out of the cave. I want to come out of isolation. I want to talk to you. Now somebody's questioning, did I really love her, or was I just in love with her body, her physique? Did I just want to do not like freaky stuff to her, or do I really love this person? Why was I trying to like cuss it out so badly? Because this person's going through a lot. This person, like this emperor, is going through way too much, and he didn't think it was like Beauty and the Beast. He kind of scared people away, being a tyrant, being arrogant, because he was scared, because he was hurt. If you can learn to let somebody like show up for you, kind of thing, but you knew as an empress or as a receptive energy, you watering your garden doesn't allow you to force somebody into, or feel like you can force somebody into doing what's right. You answered, they ignored the call, like they didn't call you back or something like that, and now they're going through it, they're paying for it. You still don't wish ill will on because you're the kindergarten teacher. You're gentle. You understand the assignment a lot better than this person. This person has some evolving to do. So what's unaligned is they're unaligned with their fortune. Their Jupiter could be in Leo because the Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter, by fortune and success. So They had like a quick lick, but without the spiritual backing, it didn't really mean shit. And Sagittarius is also the Temperance, the Earth Angel. So what am I saying is it ain't about the Sagittarius itself. It's about the energy. It's about the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. You could have chosen Sagittarius, who was a Page of Wands in reverse. That's not it. But regardless of what the person's like personality is, the strength. And I feel like in your higher self, in the proper alignment, this is two fire energies, the strength and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm my best when I'm successful. Right now I don't feel successful because all this shit happening. There's a valuable lesson that's supposed to come out of it, and you're not supposed to be there to witness it, witness them go through it. So they're not aligned with you being in your higher power because they have to learn a lesson about their status, abusing worldly power, and abusing physical resources against you, weaponizing it against you because you didn't show up in a way where they felt needed. You showed up in a way where they actually needed you. Their higher self reached out to you and they turned their back on it because of ego, because they weren't finished experiencing this. They had to have that Ten of Wands to get to this Hermit. Like that once that Ten of Wands hit, the burden of all that responsibility is like, fuck this. This ain't about to be an extended karmic cycle. It's like they wised up, or they're going to wise up, and that's what put them in hermit mode. Like it put them in hermit mode. It's like they became the emperor in reverse. Like, how you act so much of me? I'm not a god. Isn't it ironic that you try to play God in everybody's life? Now you realizing who God is. I love it. I love it because it's not to see nobody in pain, but it's to see people see God's mercy even when he make you learn your lesson in a challenging way like that. But it's only as challenging as because you was being stubborn. So I'm stopping right there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.